Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to my channel once again. This time it's a fun activity. It's nothing to do with the workday, but still it has to do with the coding. It has to do with the efficiency gains, and it's really interesting. So let's get started. I'll give you introduction and then we'll jump into the details. Let's get started. So as I was saying, this is a fun series, right? This is the first of its, in this series, this is the first video, fun series. In this video, I have taken a scenario, right? It's a timesheet system using a Google Drive. So what is the timesheet system? What is that solution? What is the problem? First, I'll explain you, and then what is the solution I have created, and how does it save overall time? Okay. And in this I have used Google Drive and Google Apps Script. These two are the um, logos of Google Drive and Google Apps Scripts, right? Okay, let's get started. So I was when I was new to in the career and all, when I was deployed to client side, and every week I had to get my timesheet signed by my manager in the client side, and I had to send it to my my employer. So in that case, it was Satyam. Now it's called Tech Mahindra, but that was the process, right? Then eventually I moved to United States, and then now I have realized that there are so many staffing companies who are following the similar process, right? And the pain point in this process is at the employer side. That means the employer will have so many consultants, right? Like for example 100, 200, and all. For everyone they'll send a timesheet, and somebody the employer has to hire somebody to enter the time into a system. That's the first task. Second task is that the invoice has to be generated for the client. So these are the two tasks, right? And of course there is a tracking issue and all, where the document is there, that is eventually will be there, right? So I'll just give you very high level process flow how it works. So this is a client, this is a consultant, this is a staffing company, XYZ company, and then let's just say in this case Amazon. I've just taken Amazon as a client, right? So consultant has to get the physical timesheet signed, right? In this case, and maybe not all the companies follow the same process, but still so many or they still want a physical copy, and then sign physically and then scan it and all. Right? In this case example, I am taking that. So get it signed and then send it to the employer. They have to verify. So what happens, right? It's on the staffing company to make sure that the hours are correct and all these things, right? Then they'll do that verification and they'll enter into a system, and then they'll generate an invoice and send it to the client. And then of course there is other process getting paid to the employee and all these things, which I am not considering. My concentration is only how much time and how much effort this process, these two steps is will take. So my opinion, at least 10 to 15 minutes per employee per week will take. So around there are 52 weeks. Even if it is a 10 minutes every week, like that's around you um, 500 500 minutes on a yearly basis, right? Though it's like 500 minutes is not a big deal on a yearly basis, but for let's just say we have 100 employees, 100 consultants, right? Then in that case it's a significant number, right? So as I was saying, it's like a significant number of hours are spent on that for every employee, for every consultant, right? So this is the solution I have created. I have created using a Google Drive, Google Forms, and Google Apps Script. So um, and this is a very good solution. I'll show you, and then we'll discuss how it evolved and all this, right? So this is the solution I am proposing. So employee will get the physical form signed and everything scanned and ready. Instead of sending that to the vendor, I mean not the vendor, like a staffing company, the employee will fill out a Google form. And then in that Google form itself, the document, the PDF or the JPEG file can be uploaded, right? That's the first thing. And then at the staffing company side, all they have to do is they have to open a Google sheet. And then they have to make sure that the hours, what they see in the sheet is right. And then just all they have to do is flip a flag to approve, right? And eventually, the Google script will be scheduled on a daily basis or hourly basis or whatever. And then it automatically creates a invoice and it sends across to the client, and that link to the URL to the invoice will be saved into the sheet, and it's very handy, which employee everything is very you know accessible for every moment, right? So that's the proposal. I'll show you the demo, and then we'll discuss more details. So for our demo purposes, right, let's just say our consultant name is Iron Man, and client is Amazon, right? And then the employee, the consultant, right, they didn't work on Monday because this day is a holiday, and then they work for four four days in a week. That is total 32 weeks. Let's just say this is signed and scanned, right? I don't want to take pain of printing and signing and all these things. Let's just pretend it's a signed form, right? The consultant has to come here, right? And then they have to fill this form. Iron Man, Iron Man. Then this date is the week starting on uh, you know 29th of May 2022. Then this is 0. Monday is also 0. Then Tuesday 8 hours up to Friday. And Saturday is also 0 hours. Then the consultant has to upload this PDF. This could be PDF or JPEG. I have allowed two, right? As soon as this form is submitted, there will be a row entered here. So this is Iron Man at 10:34 a.m. today's date. Then see 32 hours. 32. Sum is 32 here, right? Then all this staffing company has to do is they have to make sure that if you hover this, right, you can see that what is the file the consultant has uploaded. If you click on that, it will open in a new tab, and it shows 32 hours, right? Then all they have to do is they have to make sure that this is correct and 32 hours, and they have to flip the flag to the approve, right? That's it. This is just a 10 to 15 seconds job. That's it, right? And rest of the things is script. In the live, after it is implemented and or it will be scheduled on hourly basis or whatever. But for now, I am going to run manually. So there are two steps to it. I'm going to run. Just observe all these rest of the columns are blank. Eventually it will be filled, right? So I'm going to run this. It is running. Then let's see what happened here. See, it has filled all this information. So it has given the PDF file name as well. So there are two steps to it. Because of some technical challenge, I had to split into two steps, but I'm going to run that. So let's just see that this is the email sent already, right? Let's see. So see, this invoice is also created and invoice URL is also put, and it's easy to access. As soon as you click on that, that's the invoice for $3,520. This employee works at $110 per hour, so 32 hours is like so. And let's see how the email looks. See here, this is the email. I have marked myself my email address as a client email. So James Bond, let's just say James Bond 2 is the person responsible, right? See, Mr. James Bond 2, this email is for timesheet approval for Iron Man for this amount, right? And then you can find the timesheet you have approved and invoice for the same timesheet. So the same thing, then the same thing. Okay, so that's the demo of it. So actually, I have created this initial script around 2 to 3 years back. It's just that I completely forgot it about it, and then I thought, okay, I'll create a recording and I'll put it out there. If anyone want to use it, they can just use it. It's just a simple script. Overall, it didn't take more than 2 to 3 days of effort. Um, and one more interesting point is I don't know any JavaScript and all. I'm not expert. Just that I have searched in the Google what to do and how to do and all these things. It's very intuitive and easy. If you are already know one coding language, you should be, and especially if you know the JavaScript, you can easily develop this. But irrespective of you are not a user, or if you irrespective of you are not a developer, if you are a staffing company and then you want to leverage this tool, you can always you can use this code, right? So that's it for today. Let's meet once again. Happy coding. Bye bye.